I'm Christina. Welcome to The Void, the very first 3 Degrees of Rock Separation episode for the Roaring 20s. Let's make them raw as fuck. This week's theme is Kiss, transcendental moments between rock bands I've interviewed and this particular band. So we've got 4 bands featured. We have Sebastian, Bach, and Kirk Windstein of Crowbar. We have Mike Portnoy, who tells a exciting tale. And we have John Five, who now plays in the Rob Zombie band. He's a really celebrated, amazing guitarist. And he had a really unpleasant moment. Yet his commitment to the band was so deep that he learned a good lesson about being a future musician and has remained a lifelong fan. So, you know, respect. Sometimes you have a clash and you still have a connection. I wanted to pose it to you, viewer. Like, what's your take on Kiss?
You had to have been there. You had to have been there in the 70s. When I saw Kiss in 1977 at Madison Square Garden, it was life-altering. It was the first time I went to a concert and smelled pot smoke everywhere. And then they get on stage and they're just larger than life and shit's blowing up everywhere. And, you know, I was like 10 years old and that, you know, nobody was doing shit like that then. It was like the Beatles for this, you know, for heavy metal kids.
Here's a true story, and I can tell this story because this guy's my friend now. I was like probably 11 years old, and I, you know, am a huge Kiss fan, and I went to meet Kiss, and I was so young. I was like waiting in the lobby, and Gene Simmons walks by, and I was waiting all day, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna jump in the elevator with him because he just walked right by me. Who would walk by a little kid, you know? So he's in the elevator like this. And I'm this little kid, and I'm like, Mr. Simmons, will you sign this, you know? And so he was like, just finally just scribbled on it, and I still have the scribble. And I always thought to myself, God, I'll never be like that to people, you know, because, you know, I love meeting people and hearing what they have to say and what the, you know, because I listen, you know, and if it wasn't for the people, I wouldn't be here.
You have to be, yeah, and you have to be, I guess, a good listener when you're a musician.
Yeah, I treat people how I want to be treated.
Do you remember the first record you ever bought?
Yeah. It was a song called Convoy. Breaker 19, we're coming through on the convoy. Come on, I'm in a convoy, nothing gonna stand in our way. Chris Christopherson was in this trucking movie, and I thought Chris Christopherson was really cool. But then, you know, I was in Elton John when I was a little boy. My dad used to play Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Yeah. And I thought that was the heaviest song when I was like 6 or 7. And then I got into Kiss because I was a Marvel Comics collector. Yeah. And in '77, they came out with a comic that was printed in their own blood. Wow. And I couldn't even believe what was happening. I was like, wait a minute. Whoa. This comic is printed in their blood? I remember just not being, I remember, well, I thought it was like their blood. Like, so I go, that's a kind of a cool band. And then they had a song called Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day, and I didn't know that was them because I just heard it on the radio all the time. But that was like my favorite song. And then my buddy, I go, those guys are disgusting, dripping blood and breathing fire. I go, who could listen to that? Like, look at those fucking guys. That's gross. Yeah. He goes, you ever heard them? I go, no. And he goes, come to my house after school. And he put the needle down, and it was Rock and Roll All Night. And I go, that's my favorite song. I go, you mean that's these guys? And I couldn't put the two together. But it was all downhill from there.
Honestly, my love of music started really young.
Yeah?
I started taking piano at like 7 years old and got pissed off because the teacher wouldn't teach me Elton John, you know, so I'm like...
Elton John, Bernie Taupin, man.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
holy
I mean,
shit.
one of the best duos ever. But, I mean, I started out with just, I'm still a huge fan of soft rock 70s stuff.
Yeah,
and
like
all
Boston
that.
and shit like that.
Yeah, all that kind of shit. I love it all. But the thing that did it for me was definitely Kiss. Somebody brought a picture of them to school, and I was like, wow. And then a friend of mine lent me Kiss Alive 1 had just come out. That was like the breaking point for me as far as that stepped it up rock and roll wise, you know, the Aces guitar play and just the whole show, the whole everything. And that's probably, I was 11 years old, or 10 going on 11 when I got Kiss Alive. And I've never turned back.
Thanks for watching the whole video. It's always exciting to me when you come all the way, if you will. If you have enjoyed this week's episode and you enjoy the channel, don't forget to subscribe. You can also check out some more videos, which is exciting. There's a lot of them. And yeah, I hope your day is most triumphant, because that's what you deserve. Thank you.